back to a time when someone left a lasting impact on you. Maybe it was a conversation that lit a fire in your soul, a moment that made your heart race, or a connection so deep that it felt like time stood still. Now ask yourself, was it their words that stuck with you, or was it how they made you feel? The truth is, emotions are the glue of memory. We don't just recall people, we recall the way they made us feel in their presence. And that's exactly why if you want someone to miss you like crazy, you have to create an emotional imprint so powerful that your absence is felt like a void. This isn't about manipulation, it's not about playing games, it's about understanding human nature, how our minds and hearts work. The people who leave the deepest marks on us aren't necessarily the ones who are around the most. They are the ones who stir something inside us, who awaken a feeling we can't shake off. That's what makes someone unforgettable. When you want a person to miss you, you don't do it by constantly reminding them you exist. You do it by making every interaction count. It's about crafting moments so emotionally charged that they become embedded in their mind like a song they can't stop humming. Think about it. When you hear a song that reminds you of a special time, it doesn't just bring back the lyrics, it brings back the feeling of that moment. It's not just sound, it's emotion, memory, and meaning all wrapped up together. That's how people remember you, through the emotions you associate with them. So, how do you create this kind of emotional imprint? First, it's about intensity. Not in a way that feels forced, but in a way that feels real. When you're with them, be present, fully. No distractions, no checking your phone, no half listening. People don't just remember what you say, they remember the energy you bring into a room. When you listen to someone with full attention, when you engage with them like they're the most interesting person in the world, that energy becomes addictive. It becomes rare. And what's rare is valuable. Second, it's about contrast. The human brain doesn't hold on to monotony, it holds on to spikes, highs and lows. If every interaction is predictable, if everything follows the same pattern, there's nothing for the mind to latch onto. But when you create moments that stand out, that shake up the ordinary, that spark something unexpected, that's when you become unforgettable. Imagine two types of interactions. A conversation where everything is surface level, predictable, the same as 100 others. A conversation where you challenge their thinking, make them laugh until they can't breathe, or share a story that gives them chills. Which one do you think they'll replay in their mind? Which one do you think will create that feeling of wanting more? Third, it's about vulnerability and authenticity. People crave realness. We live in a world where so many interactions are shallow, where people are afraid to be raw and real. But when you show up authentically, when you open up in a way that invites them to do the same, that creates a deep emotional tie. It makes them feel something beyond the surface. And when someone feels seen, understood, and connected on a level that's not common, they don't forget it. They seek it. They long for it. Another key factor, leaving them with an emotion they want to experience again. If every time you interact with them, they feel alive, excited, deeply understood, or passionately engaged, they will start to associate those emotions with you. And when you're not around, that craving will grow. They'll find themselves wanting that feeling again, and because their brain ties it to you, they will miss you. Think about the movies or books that stay with you long after they're over. The ones that make you sit in silence when the credits roll. The ones that haunt your thoughts. The ones that make you wish you could experience them for the first time all over again. Those stories create emotional imprints because they don't just entertain, they move you. They make you feel something so deeply that they linger in your mind. You have to be that kind of experience for someone. Not a background character in their day-to-day routine, not just another person they talk to, but someone who shifts their emotional state in a way they can't ignore. And the secret? It's not about being around all the time. It's about being so impactful when you are there that your absence is felt. It's about giving them moments they want to relive, feelings they want to experience again. It's about making sure that when they think of you, it's not just a memory, it's a sensation. Because when someone associates you with a feeling they don't want to lose, they will miss you like crazy. Look around at the world and you'll see a universal truth. The rarer something is, the more valuable it becomes. Diamonds, exclusive memberships, limited edition releases. People crave what they can't easily have. It's human nature. The same principle applies to relationships, attraction, and making someone miss you. Scarcity creates value. When something is always available, it's taken for granted. But when it's scarce, it becomes desired, sought after, and deeply appreciated. Think about it. The things we chase the hardest in life are often the ones just out of reach. The opportunities that seem slightly unattainable. The people who are confident enough to walk away when they're not valued. The experiences that leave us wanting more. That's because the human brain is wired to want what isn't guaranteed. It's wired to appreciate what isn't always in front of us. Now apply this to yourself. If you're always accessible, always responding instantly, always available at a moment's notice, what happens? You blend into the background. You become predictable. There's no excitement, no longing, no anticipation. And anticipation is where desire grows. The truth is, most people make the mistake of thinking that constant presence equals emotional impact. They believe that the more they show up, the more someone will miss them when they're gone. But that's not how it works. If you're always there, there's no space for the other person to even notice your absence. Missing someone requires a void. It requires space. It requires moments of distance where the mind starts to fill in the gaps. Imagine a song you love. You play it over and over again, and at first it feels amazing. You feel every lyric, every beat. But what happens when you overplay it? Eventually the excitement fades. It becomes background noise. You stop appreciating it the way you did when it first hooked you. Now imagine that song disappears from your playlist for a while. One day you randomly hear it again and suddenly it hits you differently. It feels nostalgic. You remember why you loved it in the first place. That's because distance revives appreciation. The same applies to relationships and attraction. If you're too readily available, your presence loses its impact. But when you create space, when you allow just the right amount of distance, you give them the chance to feel your absence. And in that absence, they start to reflect, to wonder, to crave. Scarcity also builds mystery, and mystery is powerful. When you don't reveal everything, when you don't lay all your cards on the table, you leave room for curiosity. And curiosity is what keeps people engaged. It's what keeps them thinking about you when you're not around. Think about the most captivating stories, the most intriguing people, the moments in life that hook you the hardest. They all have an element of the unknown, something that makes you lean in, that keeps you guessing, that makes you want to uncover more. That's because the human mind doesn't obsess over what it fully understands. It obsesses over what feels just out of reach. If you constantly explain yourself, if you give away too much too soon, if you make yourself too predictable, you remove that sense of intrigue. But when you hold back just a little, when you let them wonder, let them ask, let them chase, you shift the power. You create magnetism instead of desperation. Now, this isn't about playing games or being manipulative. It's about understanding the balance between presence and absence, between availability and scarcity. When you give too much too fast, you flood the market. But when you pace yourself, when you control your access, you create demand. This is why people often say, you don't know what you have until it's gone. Because when something is always present, the brain stops valuing it. It assumes it will always be there. But the moment it's gone, or even slightly removed, that's when the realization kicks in. That's when appreciation grows. That's when someone starts to miss you like crazy. In the game of attraction, most people think that the harder they try, the more they will be wanted. They believe that constantly reminding someone of their presence, proving their worth, or overextending themselves will make the other person miss them. But here's the truth. Neediness repels and confidence attracts. Think about the people who leave the strongest impressions on you. Are they the ones who desperately chase, constantly seek validation, and try too hard to prove their value? Or are they the ones who move with quiet certainty, who know their worth without having to announce it? The difference between attraction and desperation is not about effort, it's about energy. Desperation comes from a place of lack. It says, I need you to validate me. I need you to want me. I need you to see my value because I'm not sure of it myself. And people can feel that energy. It's suffocating. It creates pressure. It feels like someone is trying to pull something out of you instead of naturally drawing you in. Confidence, on the other hand, comes from a place of abundance. It says, I know my worth. I bring something rare and valuable. I don't need to convince you. Either you recognize it or you don't. And that kind of energy is magnetic. It creates intrigue. It makes people want to lean in, to know more, to chase instead of being chased. The biggest mistake people make when they want someone to miss them is that they overcompensate. They try too hard to be seen, to be noticed, to stay relevant. They send too many texts, overshare their feelings, or go out of their way to make themselves impossible to ignore. But in doing so, they make themselves too easy to access, too predictable, too available. And what's easy to access is rarely valued. True confidence is about being okay with space. It's about understanding that your worth is not determined by how much attention someone gives you. It's about knowing that if someone truly values you, they will feel your absence. They will notice when you're not there. And if they don't, then they were never truly invested in the first place. Authenticity plays a huge role in this because confidence without authenticity can come off as arrogance or an act. You don't have to pretend to be something you're not. You don't have to manufacture distance or act disinterested just to get a reaction. You simply have to be so sure of yourself that you naturally prioritize your own value over seeking external validation. This means not over-explaining yourself. You don't need to justify why you're busy, why you're not available 24/7, or why you're taking time for yourself. People who are secure in themselves don't constantly explain their choices. They live their lives, and others either respect it or they don't. Not forcing conversations. If they're interested, they will reach out. If they want to talk to you, they will make the effort. Attraction isn't built through forcing someone to engage. It's built through creating enough space that they want to engage. Not chasing validation. You don't need someone else to affirm your worth. The more you look for reassurance, the less powerful you appear. The people who are missed the most are the ones who don't need to be missed, but are anyway. When you stop trying to be chosen, you shift the dynamic. You become the one doing the choosing. You no longer sit around wondering if someone is thinking about you. You focus on living a life so fulfilling that they can't help but notice your absence. This shift in energy is everything, because people can feel when someone is acting from a place of desperation versus when they are acting from a place of true self-worth. And when someone operates from self-worth, they naturally become unforgettable. Think about the most captivating movies, books, or stories you've ever experienced. What made them so gripping? Was it that they revealed everything up front, leaving nothing to the imagination? Or was it the slow unraveling of details, the unanswered questions, the anticipation that made you lean in, desperate for more? Intrigue is one of the most powerful forces in human psychology. It's what keeps us engaged, makes us curious, and creates an emotional pull that lingers long after someone has left the room. If you want someone to miss you like crazy, you need to harness the power of intrigue, not by force, but by strategic restraint. Most people make the mistake of oversharing. They think that in order to keep someone interested, they have to constantly talk, constantly explain, constantly prove themselves. But the truth is, the more you reveal too soon, the less curiosity you create. When there's no mystery, there's nothing left for the mind to explore, and the mind obsesses over what it doesn't fully understand. When you want someone to feel your absence, you don't do it by constantly reminding them of your presence. You do it by leaving just enough unsaid, just enough unexplored, that their thoughts naturally return to you. So how do you create this effect? First, don't always give immediate answers. When someone asks you about your day, don't lay out every detail in one breath. Instead, leave room for intrigue. Say something like, "You wouldn't believe what happened today. I'll have to tell you later." That simple shift makes them curious. It leaves them wondering, thinking about you even when you're not there. Second, be unpredictable. Routine kills excitement. If someone can predict exactly what you're going to do or say, their brain stops engaging deeply. But when you switch things up, when you break patterns, introduce new experiences, or keep an element of surprise, you become unforgettable. People don't miss what's routine, they miss what stands out. Third, show, don't tell. Instead of saying, "I'm different from everyone else," let your actions make that statement for you. Instead of constantly talking about how exciting your life is, live a life that's so dynamic that it speaks for itself. People miss what they can't replace. They miss the rare. They miss the experience that isn't easily found elsewhere. Most importantly, learn the art of leaving at the right moment. The most powerful way to make someone crave more is to leave while their excitement is at its peak. Think about a cliffhanger in a TV show. It doesn't wait until things get boring to end an episode. It cuts off at the most intense moment, ensuring that you'll be thinking about it long after the screen fades to black. The same principle applies in personal connections. Instead of lingering in conversations until they fizzle out, leave when the energy is high. Instead of always being the last to text, let a conversation end on a note that makes them wonder when they'll hear from you again. Instead of always being available, let them feel what it's like to not have full access to you. Intrigue isn't about deception or playing games. It's about understanding human nature. We don't long for what we fully understand. We long for what sparks curiosity, for what keeps us guessing, for what leaves an emotional imprint that lingers long after the moment has passed. When you master this, you won't have to try to make someone miss you. They won't be able to help it.